Okay, this tutorial is a pattern to knit a little cardigan for an 18-inch doll. It is knitted from the top down and uses DK yarn, double knitting yarn in the UK, or sports weight in the US and 8-ply in Australia. You will also need 2 pairs of needles, 3.25 millimeter and 4 millimeter needles, plus a little button. Okay, cast on 54 stitches using the 3.25 millimeter needles and work 2 rows in garter stitch. That is, you knit all the stitches for 2 rows. On the 3rd row, you knit to the last 4 stitches, and then you're going to make a buttonhole. You're going to knit 2 stitches together, bring your yarn forward, so yarn over, and then knit the last stitch. And then you're going to knit the final row using the 3.25 millimeter needle, and you will see that a little buttonhole has been made. Knit to the end of the row and then change to 4 millimeter needles, and we're going to start forming the sleeves and increase the stitches. And now you're going to start increasing to form the different sections of the cardigan. Knit 10, and this is going to form the left front. Then yarn over, knit 1, yarn over again, and knit another 10. Oops, dropped a stitch. Knit another 10. Yarn over again, knit 1, yarn over again, and knit another 10. I will put a link to the written pattern to this below in the description section. Then yarn over again, knit 1, yarn over again, and knit 10. And you're going to carry on like that until the last knit 10. And what you've done is sectioned all the different parts: the left front, the left sleeve, the back, the right sleeve, and the right front. Okay, as this is all knitted into one, including the borders, okay, for all of the wrong side stitches, we're going to have to include the border. Each increase, you're increasing by 8. So there now should be 62 stitches on the needle. Okay, so for the reverse, for the even rows, you're going to knit 4 for the border, then purl to the last 4 stitches, and for these last 4 stitches knit 4. You should be able to see where the increases need to be made. That stitch 1 post will remain in the same place all the time, and you're going to do a yarn over at each side, at the side, at the front, before it and after it, and that's how you're going to increase. Okay, now we're going to knit 11 because it's increased by 1 from that last row. So really we're doing 2 increases at either side of the 1 knit post, the 1 knit stitch. Okay, yarn over, there's the 1 knit, little post thing, you will notice it, you'll recognize it as you go along. So another yarn over to make another increase, and keep doing that until you get to the end of the row. So every time you come across that, the increase area, it's 1 stitch before, 1 knit, and increase a stitch after it. Okay, yarn over, knit 1, yarn over, knit 12, because we increased by 2. Okay, so another 8 increases have been made, and the and you're going to increase in the same way until you have 126 stitches, and that's what it should look like. And it should be in 5 sections. So you've got the left, 48 stitches, the front and the sleeve, Then knit those stitches, just the 48, to start building the sleeve. Okay, so once you've knitted your 48 stitches, then turn your work over and knit 28. After you've knitted the 28 stitches, swap to the smaller needles and knit 2 rows. Okay, so that's 28 stitches done, and using the smaller needles, knit 2 rows. It's a bit awkward with the other needle in the way, but it's not impossible. And it also saves an awful lot of stitching. When you've knitted your 2 rows, then cast off. That's the edging, the border for the sleeve done. Okay, use the 4mm needle again, and with right side facing, knit 58 stitches. Then turn the work and work exactly as for the other sleeve. Knit 28, and then with smaller needles knit 2 rows and then cast off. Okay, so cast off, cut off the yarn, and you will see that your 2 little sleeves have been completed. It's looking very cute already. Okay, all that's left to do now is to, with right side facing, knit the remaining 20 stitches. For the next row, knit 4 and then purl across all the other stitches to the last 4 stitches and knit 4. Secure all the loose ends as you go along. Next, knit all the stitches, and then for the wrong side do the same thing again. Knit the first 4, purl to the last 4 and knit 4, and you're going to repeat those 2 rows 4 more times, so there'll be 10 rows knitted all together. Then, using the 3.25mm needles, you're going to work 4 rows in garter stitch, 4 rows knit, and then you're going to cast off loosely. What I do is use the larger needle to cast off, and that way I get a nice neat loose cast off. And that's it. The little cardigan is done. The only thing left to do is to sew up the little sleeve seams and a button, tie in the loose ends, thread in all the loose ends, and that's it, all done. This is a quick little project with minimal sewing at the end. Let me know how you get on with yours. Happy knitting!